In previous video, we have configured the Intervlan routing with port-based method, where we used to set individual port as a gateway for each of the VLANs. This method may not be effective whenever we have a larger number of the VLANs, so that router heuristic method can be the alternative for this, where we create the one of the trunk port on switch side and allow the respective VLAN that we needed, and on the router side or in the firewall side, we create the sub interface and tag each of the VLANs and set a particular gateway. So this is also known as a tag based method. So let's go and do it. Here we are using the router to do the routing. Let me create, first of all, as per my lab, let me create the 3 VLANs and configure it in each of the port. Let me pick up the 3 devices for VLAN 10, 20 and 30 respectively. We are going to use the VLAN 10 with a subnet of 192.168.10.0, that's a 24-bit. VLAN 20 with the 192.168.20.0/24, and VLAN 30 as subnet of 192.168.30.0/24. First, let me create the VLANs and shift the interfaces. Enable configure terminal. Let me change the host name. VLAN 10 with the name sales. VLAN 20 with the name marketing. And VLAN 30 with the name management. Here we created the 3 VLANs 10, 20 and 30. Now let me shift the port. I want to shift F0/1 on 10, F0/2 on 20 and F0/3 on the 30. Interface F0/1, switch port mode SS, switch port SS VLAN 10. Also, I want to enable the port pass. Similarly, let me configure for the VLAN 20 as well. F0/2, switch port mode SS, switch port SS VLAN 20, and also spanning tree port pass. Let me configure for the VLAN 30 as well. Here you can see I shifted the interfaces. Now let me connect the devices. After that, let me pick up one of the router for the routing purpose and let me connect one of the interface. I want to connect F0/24 on the switch side and Gig0/1 on the router side. First, let me make this F0/24 as trunk and allow the 3 VLANs. Interface F0/24. Switch port mode trunk. Also, if you want to limit the number of VLANs to pass through the trunk port, then switch port trunk, allowed VLAN 10, 20 and 30. And as well as, if you want to make the VLAN 30 as native or on tag, then you can make it. Switch port trunk, native VLAN 30. As this is a management VLAN, so I want to set it as a on tag. After that, I'm sure that on this link there is no any looping, so I want to make this F0/24 as port fast. Spanning tree port fast trunk. Okay. So here we allocated the VLANs. By default the link is down, so we cannot see that interface trunk. First, let me go to the router side, and here I'm going to make SOP interface as gig0/1.10 for the VLAN 10 as the gateway of 192.168.10.1. That's of 24 bit. That is for the VLAN 10. And gig0/1.20 192.168.20.1, that's of 24 bit for VLAN 20. Similarly, gig0/1.30 SOP interface for the gateway of 30.1 VLAN 30 and with the VLAN 30. And also I want to create the DHCP on the router itself. So first let me do the SOP interfaces. Okay. By default there is no any IP address on this interface and the link is down. So first of all let me off this link. If there is any address assigned to this interface, then just remove it. Now let me create the SOP interface. I can mention any of the interface range on between them, but I want to set .10. I want to make this gig0/1.10 for the gateway of VLAN 10. And I want to tag encapsulation.1q as the VLAN 10 and assign the address as 10.1. Similarly, let me go and create the interface gig0/1.20 as the gateway for VLAN 20. And with the tag of .1q20. Also, we need to set a gateway for VLAN 30 also. By default, gig0/1.30 is the gateway for the VLAN 30, but VLAN 30 is on tag. So that's why we need to say we should not set any source of tag over here. So for that case, encapsulation.1q, that is for the VLAN 30, is a native VLAN. That means it will not set any tag for the VLAN 30. Now let me assign the address. Okay. After this, now let me create the DHCP for VLAN 10, 20 and 30 respectively. I want to exclude a certain range, that is from the 10.1 to 10.9, so that the address will start from 192.10.10. Also for the VLAN 20, from 20.1 to 20.9, and again for 30 also I want to say the same range. After that, IP DHCP pool, this is for the VLAN 10 DHCP. The network will be 10.0, that's of 24 bit, and gateway will be 10.1. I want to give one of the public DNS. Similar process for the VLAN 20 also. also for the VLAN 30 as well. So here I have created the DHCP for all 3 VLANs. There you can see, and also I have created the sub interface and assigned the particular gateways. So first, let me try to get the address from the DHCP. I get the 10.10. I get the 20.10. And here I get the 30.10. Let me try to make a connectivity from the VLAN 10 PC to the VLAN 30 PC. First, let me try to make a reachability to its gateway. Yes, I'm getting a reply. So now, let me try to ping to the 30.10, which is a PC2. There you can see. Also, let me check the transact for the 30.10. So first, it is sending a packet to its gateway and then to the 30.10 devices. So this is how we can perform the interVLAN routing by tag-based method. Also, if you want to perform the NAT, then in that case you can do on such a way. Here let me assign the 100.1.123.0/24 bit and let me treat it as a ISP. First, let me assign an address. Let me assign the address on gig0/0 as 100.1.123.1. That's a 24 bit. Okay. Also for the testing purpose, let me assign one of the loopback as head. Okay. There we go. Now on the gateway side, let me assign 100.1.123.2 on gig0/0. And the address will be 100.1.123.2. One more thing, I need to have one of the default route so that whenever the traffic try to make the connectivity to the different network on internet, then it should forward to the ISP. So for that case, I'm going to write one of the default route towards 100.1.123.1. Here, let me try to check it out. Now I already have the connected networks and also have one of the default route. Basically, I need to translate the network on the gateway. So for that case, I'm going to perform the NAT. First, let me allow my traffic. If you want to allow all the traffic, then you can just simply say omit any, but I want to mention it. So for that, I'm going to mention the 10.0 network, and that is another is 20, and one more is 30. IPNet inside source list, that is 1, and I want to say gig0/0 interface address will be the translated address. So interface gig0/0 overload. So we perform the NAT over here. For the translation purpose, I need to say gig0/0 as an outside translation, and I should not say gig 0/1 as the inside, but I need to say interface gig 0/1.10, which is the actual address. So IP-NAT inside. Also for the 20 as well, and also for the 30 as well. So this is how we need to perform the NAT. By default, there is no any translation yet, as I haven't forwarded any source of traffic. So let me try to make a connectivity towards the public network. Yes, I'm getting a reachability. Also, let me try to make the connectivity from the second PC. Yes, I'm getting a reply. So let me check the translation table. So there you can see we are using the 100.1.123.2 for the public translation. And both 192.10.10 and 20.10 is using the same address. So this is how you can perform the interval routing by tag-based method by using a router and perform the NAT.